Welcome to Rewind the Game. Here we go again, episode 5 of our Retro Football Podcast series. First of all, a big shout out to Limo, who was our latest guest on the show. If you haven't watched that episode yet, make sure to do at some point, because what a guy he is. And he also did quite well in the quiz. Just a quick update on the quiz leaderboard. Limo and Musterman are both tied at the top with 7 points each. We will come back to the quiz later in today's show, don't you worry. But first, we need to welcome today's guest to the show. I've been following him for years, which does sound a bit creepy to be honest, but he has been on the FM scene for a long time, running multiple podcasts, making YouTube content, and for the old schoolers, you might also remember him from FM Central. Welcome to the show, Paul, aka the Northman.
Thank you for having me. Absolute pleasure to be here. And before we start, I do want to give a mention to the last podcast because of the mental health discussion you had. I just want to say it was absolute top quality work and definitely worth a listen. And the cause behind it is definitely worth looking into as much as people can.
Much respect to Limo. Absolutely, what a guy he is. He's an absolute gem to the community. So
100%.
can't big him up enough, definitely. And I want to play with open cards here because I've done Paul a little bit dirty here because we have already done this podcast once, but I messed up the recording. So we're running it back right now for a second time. So thank you, Paul. Appreciate it very much.
It's no problem. Unless I do worse in the quiz, then
That's the
obviously,
thing.
then I'll be complaining.
That's completely fair, most certainly. All right. So speaking about podcasts, I've enjoyed listening to the Dictate the Tempo podcast, and I was super excited when you had Golden FM on. Will Dictate the Tempo podcast be back for FM 26 or even earlier?
It will. It'll be back. It will be back very, very soon. We just had nothing to talk about.
Exactly.
With completely radio silence from Sports Interactive, it was very difficult to kind of keep it going when there's nothing really happening. And Football Manager 24 at this point, obviously, people are we are ticking along, but we're not in full mode, shall we say? So we just took a little bit of a break just to just kind of refresh a little bit. Like I've not recorded any content personally as well for a couple of weeks. Just getting our groove going again.
That sounds good. That's the most important, and I think a lot of people can relate with you. It's difficult to come up with new ideas and stay as dedicated to it as prior. FM 24 is an old game by now.
Yeah, I mean to be honest, I've actually got a book full of ideas, but
Oh,
some of them seemed in my head that good that I don't want to use them on FM24.
of course.
it's it's so old now at this point. It's like no, I think I'll save that idea.
Yeah, now we know for a fact that there is a new game coming. Keep a hold on some of those good ideas for sure. For sure.
Exactly.
I also did mention FM Central in the intro. For anyone who don't remember FM Central, would you be kind and tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so in 2014, me and a group of people I knew from a Facebook group called FM Nutters, we decided to venture off on our own and I put together FM Central. It started as a Facebook group, and within a couple of weeks, basically, we were thousands deep in followers or members. So I decided to put a website together, no experience of it whatsoever, and the team behind me was absolutely fantastic. I'm still in contact with every single one of them. Colin was part of that, who's the co-host on the podcast I'm doing now, and yeah, we became Sports Interactive affiliate. We were touching with the big boys of FM Scout and sorted out SI in terms of promotion. From Sports Interactive, we had many posts which were given like the weekly post from Sports Interactive. They used to promote one article a week, basically. It was back in the days when they shared community work, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did it for 4 years, and we were at the forefront of a lot of good ideas. Now we had a online league which we ran for about 3 years. That went for, where we had two divisions. We had, I think it was 32 players, and they did transfers in and out over a transfer window, and every single week they met up and played matches. You had basically 5 nights to play your week's fixture, so you just communicated with the other team and said, okay, which night works best for you to play our match. So we had a league going there. We had our FM Central weekly podcast, which went for 3 years. And yeah, I was ever present. Missed 2 or 3, I think, over the 3 years of doing that podcast. And it was a big deal, shall I say, in terms of how quickly we rose up the football manager community. But at the same time, it really did take its toll on me, and I had to just basically walk away and just knock it on the head. And like I say, there was no hard feelings. I'm still in contact with every single one of them. So it wasn't a disruptive reason for separating. We just decided to stop it, basically.
Yeah, it takes some dedication, obviously. And when you say 2014, I mean, that's like the stone age of FM content creation.
Thanks.
That's wild. Yeah, that's absolutely wild. But I do remember FM Central when I started to come into the community in about 2017 or something like that.
Hmm.
It was much more common that FM sites, FM projects worked alongside the community and Sports Interactive, as you mentioned as well. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we had some really good. Like, I had one article which always stands out, which was with AFC Wimbledon, because there was, I think it was FM 15 or it might be an FM 16, where people said defending is basically impossible. The match engine's broken, you can't defend. So I set up a tactic called 5 and 5, which Sports Interactive promoted, I think, about 4 times over the
Oh,
year. I think that had a lot of views, and I mean a lot. If, in the modern day, I think blogs would hope for that in a year, just off what that one post had.
yeah.
And I think it was over a 2 year period. I kept about 40 clean sheets in the league.
Oh,
So it was like a tactic basically designed to show you can keep clean sheets in this game.
of course, complete lockdown.
Yeah, but well, it was very much based on the back five. 4 defenders, 1 defensive mid didn't move, and the front five were your attacking five.
Yeah.
So, and it was a lot of fun. Like I say, it was my introduction to the community properly, because I was a member on NeoSeeker before that,
Oh, yeah.
a forum based website, and it was a lot of fun. But it was a gaming forum, not just Football Manager. But the Football Manager side of it was fantastic, and
Yeah.
I shared my Let's Plays. You had challenges on there. We had who can get to the top quickest, who can win the Champions League quickest, and
Yeah.
stuff. It was a proper community back then on them kind of forums, and I do miss them days a little bit.
Most definitely. And as you touched on as well, it must have been the golden days of bloggers. I mean, I still read a lot of FM blogs, but it was huge at some point.
Oh, it was massive. I remember when FM Grasshopper first came on the scene. Um, he was, believed it or not, managing Grasshopper in Switzerland. He was unbelievable. He was revolutionary, I would say, when he came on the scene. His work was unbelievable. Then you had Guido with Strikerless, a good friend of mine. We've known each other, I mean, it's well over 10 years now. Unbelievable again. My articles couldn't even touch. They didn't deserve to be on the same website as them two, and that's another reason why I stepped away. My quality was not even close to theirs when it came to blogging, to be honest with you.
But big shout out to those guys and to all the bloggers, most certainly. But besides all the FM stuff that you've done over the years, you're also a PFSA qualified football scout, and you also done both coaching and actual managing. Would you please tell us a little bit about your real life career in football?
Yeah, so I played football in England, semi-professional level. And then when I came to Norway, I had a couple of years where I'm just not fit, basically. But in 2006, when 2015, I moved to a small village called Vikasor, which is basically in a county of Bjerkreim. And
Okay.
Bjerkreim had one football team for the whole county, so I joined that football team as a player in January, I think it was, of 2016. And at the start of February, the manager said, "Look, I just don't have time for this." And he was talking to me in a supermarket, actually. He was in the local supermarket. And I
Oh,
said to him, I can do it. I'll take a couple of training sessions. And yeah, a lot of the players weren't sure if they were going to continue that year. We ended up piecing together the team basically from scratch. And we pieced together a good side. First season really was a struggle. The only reason we didn't get relegated from the Division 6, so the 7th tier of Norwegian football, the only reason we didn't get relegated season 1 was that a team folded, so they automatically took that relegation spot.
okay, okay. Did
Season
you, by the
2,
way, did you function as a player manager in your first
no,
year? No.
I've struggled for a lot of years now with ankle and a couple of injuries, and it just never, I never put in the effort to get fit, to be honest, because the coaching side, especially being new to me, was taking up all of my time in terms of research and planning.
Okay.
And then when you get there, you're in full control of managing everything. So
Yeah,
you don't have time to almost lace your boots up and get on the pitch.
of course.
But no, I did it for 3.5 years.
Okay.
In our third season, we just missed out on promotion. I think in the final day, if we had won, I think we'd have won promotion, and we lost to a team who was quite far down the division, to be honest. So going into the fourth season, maybe my inexperience was an issue, but I just didn't have that drive anymore. And about halfway through the season, I stepped away. We were struggling just below mid-table, and we weren't the team we were before, to be honest. And I think it was all on me. So I stepped away 2019 August, because in Norway our season runs from April until October, but we basically start pre-season in January, February time, depending on snow. So I stepped away 2019, and at the start of 2021, I got offered a job in ladies football with my local side, Egersund. Now, Egersund men's team in the 2nd tier in Norway, the ladies team in the 4th tier. I took the job. It was a coaching role and managing role with the under 17s. And I was very unsure about it. I'm not going to lie. At that point, I knew nothing about women's football. And my managerial style at Bjerkreim was very much Neil Warnock, shall we say. I would definitely say that the experiences have changed that. I think I would be a very, very different coach if I went back in.
Yeah.
But that year coaching ladies football really opened my eyes in terms of all the mistakes I've been making, in terms of how I present myself as a manager.
Oh, really? Yeah.
How I present myself as a person passing over information with other people.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. But, well, I'm not going to say but since then I've had a daughter, so I've got quite a big family now. I've got 3 kids, and that's taken up my time. So I decided to become a qualified scout. And what I found is doing scouting is a fantastic way to improve your coaching as well.
Okay.
You learn and develop how to look at every aspect of a game, where maybe when you're coaching, you're so focused on specific things.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
So I'm just doing some freelance scouting work at the minute to keep myself active in the world of football.
Cool.
Keep my knowledge basically topped up.
Yeah.
And maybe in a few years I'll get back into it and either go back into coaching or management. I'm not 100% sure, but if the correct job comes along, then you know, don't you? When the correct job comes, you know it's the correct job.
Yeah. Who knows what the future holds?
Exactly.
Most certainly. And yeah, for once in this podcast series, I'm in the same time zone as my guest. As you touched on, you're living in Norway.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
moved here in 2012. And
12 year.
yeah. It's very nice. It's very different to the UK.
Okay.
It's just a lot more relaxed and a lot more. People respect the town and the place you live, and I don't know where my front door key is. Where if I lost my front door key in England, I think my house would have been broken into. And people can take that how you want, but when I was growing up, I left my car unlocked once. The one night I left it unlocked and it got stolen.
Of
So
course.
eh, over here, I think I left the keys in the front door of the house. Oh, sorry, in the side door of the house after I've used that side door once for.
Ah,
I think I left them in the door for about 3 days before I realised I'd done it.
wow.
But it's a totally different place. It's so safe for my children to grow up in.
Fantastic. So
Mm.
no plans on returning in the near
No,
future.
no, I'm very happy here, and like I say, I think I'm very up to date with the news in the UK. I listen to English radio every day, and I don't think my kids would enjoy growing up in the UK, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, nowadays it's quite easy to stay up to touch with news and stuff, even though you don't live in the country, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm a mailman over here, and I'm out driving all day, and I have Talk
Ah,
Sport, um, English sports radio on all day long, basically. So it's very nice.
there we go. Incredible. Super cool. So we also got to get into it, the theme of this podcast. I
Yes.
always used to ask my guests who they support and how they became a supporter. What is your story?
So I'm a Newcastle fan, and I can't tell you why. The only thought I can think is my whole family supports Sunderland. So I think when I was a young kid, I decided to rebel against them
Yeah.
and decided it was either Newcastle or Middlesbrough.
Oh.
Because where I lived, it was 40 minutes to Newcastle, 30 to Sunderland, 20 to Middlesbrough. And I decided to go with Newcastle. Now, I'm a huge low league fan. I love low league football. I love low league football over here. So I think I'm. I don't want to say ashamed of myself, but I wish I went to more low league football when I lived in the UK. Because as you get older, you appreciate that that is football. That's the foundation of football, is low league football. So I like to get out and watch low league football over here. I support my local club Egerton. I go and watch them as much as I can. Had a season ticket a couple of years ago, but now I just pay as I go. But I try to get around best I can, watch as much as I can.
Brilliant. That's absolutely cool to hear. So, as much as we love to talk about real life football and real life football history in this podcast, we also enjoy talking about some Champman slash Football Manager history. Do you remember
Yes,
what the first version of the game was that you played?
I do. It was Championship Manager 97-98.
Classic.
I was just starting secondary school in 1998, aged 11. And I remember my brother was 6 years older, 6 years older. He was a PC technician or training to be one. So he built
Oh.
me a PC to basically keep him out of his way. And yeah, they knew I love football, so they bought me a Championship Manager game, and I've bought every single one since.
Nice. That is really awesome. And Chapman 97, 98. The design, the match, or not the match, but the actual in-game interface and stuff like that. That's one of my all-time favorites, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm one of these people. Every single version of Football Manager's got better, but at the same time, when I go back to some of them classic versions, the simplicity of them,
Oh yeah.
the nostalgia. I think if we gave it to a 14, 15-year-old now, they would think, what's this?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
where's this? Where's that
yeah.
within the game? But for us looking back, it's what made us love the game, isn't it? And like, I was very lucky. My form teacher, as we call it in England, growing up from the age of 11 to 16, played Championship Manager also. So
Ah,
every
that's so
single
cool.
morning he would come in with a printout from the old printer
Yeah.
with his team. He always managed Sunderland, and he always put Rio Ferdinand
Oh.
into the Sunderland team before he started. I always wonder if he just brought them screenshots to get me on side because I wasn't the best behaved child,
Ah,
and he, I was always as good as gold for him because we would always talk about Championship Manager every single morning. Every single
fantastic.
morning, it was fantastic, and yeah, I installed it on the school computers as well.
Oh,
So failed everything at school. Unfortunately, I left school with absolutely no qualifications due to just playing Football Manager. Well, Championship Manager, sorry. So, but we had good times back then. You remember in 01, 02, you could, I mean, I guess it was for a few of them as well, you could load the game with the disc. It would also say, please insert disc.
Yeah.
You'd load the game, then you could take the disc out. So then I'd run around my friend's house. We'd put it into his computer. He'd load the game as well. And then we would sit on the telephone to each other as he was Mansfield Town and I was Darlington. Both of us in League 2 now, Division 3, I guess it would have been back then. And so many memories. It was they were the good times of childhood when you were creating memories like that. I think. I mean, I wouldn't advise people to completely flunk school, but you know, it's you do what you do.
Yeah, definitely. And don't underestimate the addictiveness level on Champion Football Manager when you first get started.
It's no different now. It's no different now. If I turn it on, I don't go to bed till silly o'clock.
Yeah, that's it. I can relate so much. So, are there any saves you remember from back in the day, or any saves over the years that stands out more than others?
Yeah, I've made a list. I'm
Brilliant.
organized.
There we go. I appreciate that.
So I always remember coming in with a printout from my teacher of managing Barcelona back then. I would always try to create a tactic where I had Xavi playing in central defence, and our plan was to control the games, dominate possession, and try to win everything, which I always did. Always very successful back then. I wish I could be that successful that quickly now. But yeah, it was always a lot of fun back then. Like I say, me and my friend did Darlington Mansfield during my Neo Seeker times, around FM 08, 09. I was always managing the likes of Basel, Copenhagen, teams like that. We always had that aim of, okay, within 5 years, can we try to win the Champions League with the team from Switzerland or Denmark and them kind of nations which are just behind the big boys. I did a great save with Cork City, which I documented on NeoSeeker back in the day. That was a lot of fun, trying to take them up with a couple of players from Belarus, which we'll discuss in my team of best team. But I've just had some great saves over the years. An old Football Manager, an old YouTube save from FM15 back on the FM Central YouTube. Actually, that one still is available to see if you search FM Central Football Manager. That channel is still there because I don't know the information to remove it. But 24 seasons, never got to the Premier League with FC United Manchester, but my whole squad was from the academy by the end, and I absolutely loved it, and it was so much fun. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Winning does not define a good save. What defines a good save is how much fun you had and how long the memories last. And like many people have pointed out over the years, my manager in Football Manager is named after a player from that save, and I've still got his screenshots on my computer actually. So I'll send you them after.
Yes, please.
So you can see I've got all the screenshots of my best player from that save, who's now my manager in Football Manager.
That is absolutely fantastic. I love that because I love delving back into history and look into some of those saves. I wish that I've kept screenshots of some of my old saves, and I should say as well, it's not always winning that's the best thing in a save like that. You remember the journey if you get success or not. You know, when I personally start to win the big things like Champions League and like stuff like that, it starts getting boring. So I have to set up objectives for myself or obstacles or something like that.
Well, I would always have people comment on my videos saying, stop spending money on facilities. Spend money, buy players. And I would always say, no. So, for example, when I entered League 2 in this journey, we had the best facilities in England. In League 2, and I'd spent every single bit of money that came into that club, I spent on facilities.
Really?
We would sell a player for 2 million who came through the academy straight away. Can we upgrade the youth facilities? Can we
invest to the club?
Facilities? Yeah. So I stand by that. That's probably up there with one of the best saves I've ever had, and we didn't even make it to the Premier League, and we got relegated about 5 times as well. From League 1 to the Championship was
Up and down.
They say how it's such a difficult jump to make. I definitely proved that point. I
Wow, you must
definitely
say
proved it.
so.
But that's the thing, when you take your time in a journey and build your reputation, you survive them relegations. Where if you go quickly, for example, if you go National League, League Two, League One, Championship, then you have a mid-table finish. The next season, you're expected again. If you don't do it, you're relegated.
Yeah.
You're relegated and you're sacked. But if you have spent 10 years at that club by that point, they normally you keep the job with them kind of situations.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And you do.
I'm a big fan of people taking their time in a save and building the club, not just the team.
Yeah, that's a really interesting approach, and you get attached to certain players and certain aspects of the club. I'm pretty loyal in my saves as well. But did you came close to win that promotion to the Prem?
Yeah, we missed out on in the playoffs a couple of times,
Oh,
but it just we were. I think we were never once ranked higher than 24th with our wage expenditure. We were
okay.
always spending the lowest in the league by
Yeah.
a mile, and I
Wow.
mean by an absolute mile as well.
Because it was mainly academy
It was
players.
academy players,
Yeah.
and if we were picking up players, I was refusing to pay more than my academy players were getting paid.
Wow.
So if I went in for a player from the Premier League and he wanted, say, 5,000 a week, I would be like, no, he's getting 2,000, so you're not getting more than that. So, but the thing is, like, I've always said, the biggest advice I can give someone on Football Manager is if you have the exact same 16 players for 3 or 4 years in a row, them players will gel so much that an average team can win big things.
Very good
Like
point. Yeah.
I won the Champions League on this year's save with Egerson, my local side,
Yeah.
and I won the Champions League on FM23 with the side from the Faroe Islands. And both times, the year I won the Champions League was after not really signing anyone for 3 or 4 years
Ah.
because the players gel so much that every single connection is basically 100% on them.
Of course, that's a great aspect to Football Manager actually,
Oh, I
because
love
we
it.
all want to buy players, find the wonder kids and stuff like that. But building your club in a way like you're doing there, I really applaud that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's just how to be honest, it's just how I enjoy to play. And if I wasn't recording the content, I'd be doing exactly the same thing.
And that's the most important, right?
Just be sitting in my underwear upstairs instead.
Yeah, of course.
It's the only difference.
Only difference. That's fantastic. I love to hear about people's saves, and you certainly remember some classic ones.
Yeah, there's been some journeys over the years.
Brilliant. All right, let's move on a little bit because I have a little challenge for you, a kind of new concept that I want to test out in the podcast. I'm sure you're familiar with the actual concept. It's often being called winner stays on. I name two players, you choose your favorite, and I keep giving you player names until only one are left. Are you up for that?
I'm ready. I am
Fantastic.
ready for this.
Good stuff. All right, today's category is best player in the Premier League historically, out of the bunch that I mentioned. Here we go. So the first
Him.
ones is Sergio Aguero or Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard.
All right. Frank Lampard or Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. Oh, it's tough though. It's
Yeah,
very
right.
tough. Lampard is a fantastic player.
But Rooney takes it.
Wayne Rooney just the definition of an English player, just all heart and fight and just yeah, fantastic.
Definitely. So what if we say Wayne Rooney or Kevin De Bruyne?
Oh, Wayne Rooney. Kevin De Bruyne is a good player, but he's not the level of Wayne Rooney. And anyone who thinks he is didn't watch prime Wayne Rooney play.
Very good point. How about Wayne Rooney versus John Terry?
Oh, Wayne Rooney. Unless we're meeting up with someone's wife, it's Wayne Rooney.
Gotcha. How about Wayne Rooney versus Steven Gerrard?
It's a tough one. I'm such a big fan of Steven Gerrard.
Ah,
But I would go Wayne Rooney. Just think Rooney back in 2004 when he got that red card against Portugal. If it was not for that red card, after stamping on. Was it Carvalho he stamped on? I think it was.
I can't remember.
I think it was Carvalho, the one who went to Chelsea, the
Yeah,
defender. If it wasn't for that, we'd have won that tournament because he was head and shoulders above everybody.
absolutely. So it's gonna take some special to get
Yeah.
past Rooney, I see. How about Wayne Rooney versus Didier Drogba?
Oh, Wayne Rooney. Drogba was he was a good player, but he's not the same. It's not the same level. It's just not.
Fair enough. But as a Newcastle supporter, I'm quite interested in this
Don't
next
do it.
one.
Don't do it.
Wayne Rooney versus Alan Shearer.
I'm gonna have to say Wayne Rooney just because it's not about personal opinion. Or is it? Oh. Yeah, I'll go Wayne Rooney because Shearer was a better goal scorer, I think. A fox in the box. But I think as an actual footballer, Wayne Rooney was better.
Fair enough. I can respect that point. So Rooney continues. How about Wayne Rooney versus Thierry Henry?
I think I'm gonna have to go Thierry Henry.
Oh, a switch.
I think Thierry Henry in the early 2000s was, well, he is. I think, am I right to say he's the quickest player ever in the Premier League? I think I saw something that he's the fastest player ever in the Premier League. But in terms of, I mean, some of them, do you remember that goal where he like flicks it up and then like kicks into the top right corner? Was it against Portsmouth, I think? I'm not sure what a goal that was.
He scored some belters.
Yeah, we'll go with Thierry Henry.
Fair enough. So Thierry Henry versus David Beckham.
Oh dear. Now in the background I have David Beckham's 99-2000 Manchester United shirt in the frame. Then I have his final Real Madrid shirt in the frame.
Oh.
Then I have the final ever shirt he wore for PSG in the frame. So unfortunately for Thierry Henry, David Beckham was a man who revolutionized football. Football would not be what it is now if it was not for David Beckham. When he went to America, he made football what it is. When he played for Manchester United, I tuned into every Manchester United game to watch David Beckham play.
Wow.
He was just an absolute icon.
Yeah.
And when you played football with your friends, you put the ball down, you took a free kick. You didn't say anyone except Beckham.
Of course.
Except for about 6 months after Carlos scored that free kick in 98. 97? It was 97 he scored the free kick, wasn't
Was
it?
it 97?
It was in
Yeah.
that Toulouse tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, before the World Cup 98,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So, but, yeah, Beckham. All day
Beckham
long.
takes over. How about Beckham versus Paul Scholes?
Oh, no, it's Beckham. It's Beckham. Paul Scholes is a fantastic player, but David Beckham was never pushed out to the left in the England squad. Paul Scholes was.
Good point, yeah. How about David Beckham versus Mo Salah?
Oh, it's Beckham. Mo Salah's a decent player, but Beckham never had to go to Basel or Fiorentina to play.
Another good point. I got one last name to throw in. So David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably one of the best players ever. He's not as good as Messi. I think I'll put that out there just to annoy you, at least 50%. I'm going to go with Beckham because I don't think Ronaldo did enough in England where Beckham continued to play for England. So for me, Beckham was more involved in my upbringing than Ronaldo. Yeah. That's the excuse I'm going with, all right? I'm sticking with it. I can't go against him. And I've got a Messi shirt coming at the minute from America, so I can't.
Oh.
I can't do it, sorry.
Fair enough. There's no wrong answers. Only your answer is correct. So
you say that, and I'll wait for the tweets.
Yeah. In honesty, I think you can make good arguments for 3 or 4 of these players in this bunch, in my opinion.
So, yeah. And, like, I think a good 50% of people would maybe say Thierry Henry is the best player ever. And I I wouldn't be able to convince them he's not. But at the same time, even though earlier I said it's not about my personal opinion, Beckham has to, like, there's certain players who just grip you.
Of course. And that gotta play in a challenge like this, I
Mm.
think, definitely. And let's continue to talk about some of our favorite players or your favorite players, because I also asked you in advance to assemble your all-time greatest starting 11.
You
So
did.
what formation can we expect from you?
We are going with a 3-5-1. Or just to annoy many people, we are going with a 1-3-5-2. One
Yeah.
3-5-2. What a mouthful that is.
Yeah.
So it's very much based on my upbringing. So the goalkeeper is Shea Given, absolute powerhouse for Newcastle. The back three is very much not defensive minded. So we're going with Cafu as a wide centre back on attack. Do you know what? It was out of him and Gary Neville. Gary Neville, growing up, I mean, he was England's number one right back for so long. Maldini in the middle of a three, because I mean, I grew up when Maldini was just that Italian defence back then was just unbelievable. And I've gone with Ashley Cole as the third centre back because Ashley Cole, I honestly, if people were not watching football back when he was at his best, you missed possibly the best left back ever in terms of an offensive left back.
Yeah.
For example, a lot of people would say Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos isn't even close to the ability of Ashley Cole. And when you listen, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo said the hardest player he's ever played against was Ashley Cole.
Exactly. I was about to say I've heard a lot of professional football players say that Ashley Cole is the best left back they played against or
Unbelievable.
with. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So in front of the back three, we needed a defensive man. So we're going with Roy Keane.
Yes, the
Now,
enforcer.
more of a box-to-box midfielder at Nottingham Forest, for example, but what a player he was when I was growing up. On the right-hand side of midfield, obviously gone with David Beckham.
Has to.
Central midfield, I've gone with Xavi. I did consider putting him central defence due to my football manager.
Yeah.
Alongside him, I've gone with Frank Lampard. Just
Oh, yeah.
goals all day long, and with Beckham putting the ball in, Lampard will arrive late and put it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on the left-hand side, I've gone with Ronaldinho because I remember seeing him for PSG
Oh.
and thinking I've never seen a player dribble the ball like that.
And that was young Ronaldinho, yeah.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And when he went to Barcelona, it was again, you would find a way to watch every single Barcelona game to watch him.
Definitely. One of a kind.
Somehow, I left Messi out, but you'll find out why.
Yeah.
So up front, I've gone with Alan Shearer because I'm a Newcastle fan. Alan Shearer's like God.
Yeah.
Unless he's compared to Beckham, then I put Beckham in the team.
Yeah.
Can't say he's God when I've just not picked him in that winner stays on. And alongside him, I've gone with a player who I managed in Norway. So he's from the Norwegian Division 6, but his work rate, his professionalism, and the way he captained my side for my time as manager of Bjerkreim is Ola Harald Sandstøl. He could play central midfield, defensive mid, attacking mid, striker. I could put him on the wing, but he probably wouldn't be happy. But he was an absolute goal-scoring machine. And when he played well, we won. When he was injured, we didn't win. It's
all right, game
basically
changer,
as simple as that. Yeah.
like that. Did the game get him right? His attributes, like
the game has him okay, probably about right for the level.
okay,
But there's some of the attributes, like he was very strong. His ability to turn was really, really good at for such a target man style striker. I would say, like he was a man you'd put the ball for him to win a flick on.
oh,
But he could dribble, and he was a really good player. I can't speak highly enough of the player and the man, so I had to put him in this this team.
I like that approach. Definitely, that addition is brilliant. Is he still playing today? How old would he be?
He is still playing today. He's 32 or 33, I think he is now.
All right.
If he's older, you can thank me for this comment.
Of course.
But they're doing well. They're up in Division 5 now, and in the semi-finals of the Rogalands Cup, which is a a regional cup, but Rogaland is like almost the size of England. So you say it's a regional cup, but it's massive.
Wow.
So they're doing really, really well. If they win that, they qualify for the National Cup and could then get drawn against teams like Viking or Berde Glimt, for example.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're doing fantastic. I can't praise them enough, and I look forward to going along and watching the semi-final.
Fantastic. That's an incredible addition. I'm not sure anyone else has chosen him yet in these.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, that is
So
fantastic.
now we did discuss that. I did piece together a 11 from my Football Manager days.
Yes.
So just going through that, there's no goalkeeper because most of my favourite goalkeepers were Nugents. I tried so hard to think of one. So
Fair
at
enough.
right back, it's Chris Gunter. In central defence, we've gone with Xavi due to the Championship Manager 2000-2001 save. Fabian Fry, who was a youngster at Basel during one of my saves. Unbelievable. Stayed with me the whole journey. And I think it's Jerome Wright from FC United Manchester. Now, these players have come out of my head, so I think it's Jerome Wright. And then we have Lindfield, who played on the right wing for FC United Manchester. What a player. No matter who you managed in non-league, you could pick him up. Will Hughes, who, I mean, he's still doing it now, but when he was at Derby County, what a wonder kid he was.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
That's a great shout.
the next two are both from Belarus.
Ah.
The first one I can pronounce, the second one not even close. So the first one is a central attacking midfielder called Bressan.
Yeah.
So it's Bressan. And he cost you pennies, basically. Or whatever the under €1 is. I have no idea what it is.
No, fair enough.
But he was so cheap, and he played for every team I managed for about 3 or 4 football managers.
Ah,
If
one of
you're
those,
managing, if you're managing in the championship, or if you're managing in, for example, Denmark, Switzerland, in Italy, in Spain, he could go anywhere. And because he's coming from Belarus, from Beit Borisov, you could pick him up from very cheap.
Fantastic.
And then there was a left and right attacking midfielder who was unbelievable. I think every attribute was about 12 or 13 on him. And he just was an assist king. And I think it's Niak Heshuk. And he just... You know when you have them players who you find them searching random clubs and then you look at the attributes and think, this guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think he cost me £14,000 every single save.
Wow.
And he's still... I think he's still playing now, or he might just retired. But I know
Okay.
Bressan is still playing now.
Yeah, Bressan is half Brazilian, right? Half Belarusian, yeah.
Yeah. They went through... I think Beit Borisov went through a stage of signing a lot of Brazilians in early 2000s.
Yeah, I do remember him. I'm not sure about the left winger, though.
The left wing, I'm going to have to find you a screenshot of him from somewhere. I'll probably
Yes.
post one on one of the forums. And then up front we have Alex Fry. I'm not sure if he was the brother of Fabian Fry.
No,
Not
but that's
sure.
the Swiss international striker, right?
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
yes. He was a little bit older when I was Basel manager, but he was still great.
Ah.
Then you have Jason Gilchrist, who was a proper non-league striker. He was at FC United Manchester, but I signed him for a couple of non-league sides when I was doing random saves down there. But what a team of players just from the memory bank were... you know when you kind of have that affection? This is a team of players I have an affection for.
With each and every single one of them, right?
Yeah, it's like these are players who I'd welcome into any team without a shadow of a doubt.
I love that. Absolutely love that. And thanks for taking your time to not only put together one team, but 2 teams. That's
No
freaking
problem.
awesome. Really appreciate that. But this takes us on to the retro football quiz now, mate.
Oh, can we just confirm that we're not using the same questions as before?
Yes, I had to change the questions, obviously.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, let's see how it goes this time.
Can't go worse. I got 2 points last time.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
So 7 points is the maximum anyone been able to get so far. These are the rules. I have 5 questions for you, 3 points for a correct answer, or 1 point if you need any hints. So there's a good chance to salvage some points on the way.
Yeah,
We also have a super chance question where you can get 5 points for a correct answer. Are you ready for it, mate?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Let's see what kind of questions I've come up with this time.
Go nicely on me.
Yeah, let's see. So, first question is, what year was the last Cup Winners' Cup?
Oh dear me. Hmm. When did it change? No. No. Am I correct that I get one free guess almost before you
Yeah,
get help? Yeah.
yeah, with a chance to get three points.
Was it 88?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay.
I have 3 options for you then, so you can get 1
Let's
point if you get it
see how
correct.
far away I was.
Was it 1997, 1998, or 1999?
No, it wasn't so long. Like, oh dear me. Oh dear me. Then I'm gonna go with 97.
Unfortunately, that is not correct. It was
Oh dear.
1999.
Dear me, I honestly thought it was the 80s. That's a good start.
Yeah. Let's see if we can take it up a notch this time. A little bit football manager knowledge, probably. Second question: which Welsh player have the highest current ability on FM24?
Oh dear. Welsh. It's got to be Brendan Johnson or Harry Wilson, isn't it? Brendan Johnson.
That's 3 points for you right there.
Yes.
There we go.
Come on. One more point than the last attempt.
Yeah, true that. That is true. All right, fantastic. 3 points. Here we go. I would actually probably have said Gareth Bale myself, but he has, I think Johnson has 144 current ability and Bale 142.
Yeah.
So pretty close. All right, on to one for the fun fact category. All our guests have gotten a question for this category and no one have been able to guess it, which is completely fair. Who
Yeah.
knows about these middle names of former players? The one
Oh
I have for
dear.
you today is, what is the middle name of Tony Adams?
Oh dear me. It's like a guess, isn't it? Just Tony. It's got to be like a proper English sounding name, I think. With the first name of Tony, they're not going to go with like something Latin, for example. Andrew.
Unfortunately, not correct. When
It was
someone
worth a go.
guesses this weird middle name question, sometime my head
I
will
tell you, when
explode.
someone guesses, I think you should honestly give them 5 points.
Yeah, true that. Maybe change it around. All right, still chance to get 1 point. I have 3 names for you to choose between. Is Tony Adams' middle name Peter, or Neil, or Alexander?
Oh, Tony Peter Adams, Tony Alexander, Tony Neil. Oof, they all don't sound good. I'm gonna go with Peter.
His middle name is, or his full name is Tony Alexander Adams.
Oh, I was so close with Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. All right. Still on 3 points. This does take us to the fourth question, which also is the super chance. So 5 points for a correct answer, but 1 point if you are one off.
Okay.
So how many goals did Robin van Persie score for the Netherlands in his international career?
Come on. I saw there was like a post on X a few weeks ago which had like the top 10 goal scorers for Argentina, top 10 goal scorers for, and it had loads of different countries. And I remember seeing the Netherlands, and I remember thinking it wasn't as many as I thought it would be. 49.
So Robin van Persie scored 50 in 102 appearances. So that gives you 1 point, one off. That is
I'm so
impressive.
close.
Yeah, that is impressive
I
nonetheless.
remember seeing in some of the nations, like Italy, I think the top goal scorer had like 33 or something. I remember seeing it and thinking some of the nations were crazy how low the top scorer was.
Yeah. We had Ruud van Nistelrooy on this exact same quiz a while back, and that was 30 or something like that. That was definitely below Robin van Persie. That surprised me a little bit, definitely. So that is 1 more point. You got 3, you got 1. That's 5 points now.
4 points.
It's
You can
4
give me 5.
points.
You can give me 5 if you want, but it's 4.
That is 4. Yeah, that is 4. That is 4 points. Fair enough. Before we get to the last question of the quiz. So, who was the top scorer at the 1998 FIFA World Cup?
Are we just going with the obvious answer here, or I think I'm getting mixed up between 98 and 2002.
Oh,
Was Ronaldo injured till the final in 98? From what or was that in 2002 when he came on injured and scored?
oh yeah.
Oh dear me! Now that's stuck. But France won it, so was it a French player? I don't think it was. I'm gonna go with Ronaldo because something tells me I know he's been top scorer in a World Cup, but I just can't picture if it was 98 or 2002 when he was injured for most of it.
So Ronaldo is your answer.
Yeah, Ronaldo, final answer.
It was not in 1998. He was the
Oh,
top goal scorer.
oh,
Let me give you 3 players to choose between, though.
oh.
Was it Christian Vieri, Davor Suker, or Gabriel Batistuta?
Oh dear, I wasn't even close. Well, I can't phone a friend because David Suker's too busy driving a taxi these days, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Did you not know he's in I think it's in New York driving a taxi.
Davor Suker?
Yeah, he's banned from going back to Croatia or something
Oh,
from
he
what I
was at
saw.
Red Star or Partizan at some point.
Yeah, I'll find you I'll send you after the link to him driving a taxi.
Wow.
Saw an article a while ago. I don't think it would be Batistuta. I honestly don't think Christian Vieri either. But David Suka, I know, did score a few. I'm going to go with. I feel like David Suka was like second or third, but that might have been 2002 as well. It was a good World Cup 2002. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
South Korea, Japan. I'll go with David Suka. But I think I'm wrong.
It does give you 1 more point. That is 5
was
points.
David Suka.
It was
Okay.
Davor Suker. There we go. 5 points is not half bad at all.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you into the 4th position in our leaderboard, right behind FM Lama, who's on 6 points.
I mean, the worry thing is this is only episode 5 and I'm 4th. But there was Omega, Dad, and Luke, so that helps a little bit.
Exactly. Anyway, thanks for taking part in the quiz again, mate. It is some tricky trivia silliness, so you
do you know what?
good.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and like I say, the such mind testing questions.
Right.
And like I say, it's so hard to think back because there was that documentary about Ronaldo, which I watched. I didn't watch that long ago.
The phenomenon.
And I remember he was properly injured going into the final, wasn't he? Where he got took to hospital and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
So maybe that was 98, and that's why I'm messing up, because 2002, I don't think he was injured. I think I remember in the documentary they showed him going through Paris, to get to the game. So yeah, he must have been injured in 98.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get.
Yeah, it's also difficult to differentiate between the World Cups.
I think it's a great idea for a quiz. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, mate. Absolutely enjoyed it. Could you please tell people where they need to go and watch your lovely FM content?
Yeah, if you search on YouTube, The Northman, you're probably better off putting The Northman Football Manager, because there's some crazy movies come out now and overtook me. So when you search The Northman, you just get some recommendations for that. No one wants to watch that. And on X, it's at PNWandless, WANDLESS.
Lovely stuff. And go and show your support, guys. That
Thank
would
you.
be much appreciated. And that is it for us today. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Your support is greatly appreciated. And we will be back soon with more episodes of Rewind the Game. Until next time, take care, guys.